Hey everyone, I'm Brian Sparks, editor of Greenhouse Grower, and I'm joined today by Gretchen Schimmelpfennig, who's the executive director of the GLASE Consortium, which is hosting its annual summit in Montreal on November 6th. Gretchen, welcome.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's start by talking about how many years the GLASE Summit has been going on, and then, what specifically is different and unique about this year's event?
This will be our third year of hosting a GLASE Summit. Our first summit we held at our home base at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. Our second summit, we went to the hotbed of greenhouse activity in Leamington, Ontario. And then this year, we're going to Montreal, Quebec. So what's different this year is, of course, the location, but also we have a different theme each time. And the theme this year
Mhm.
is dynamic lighting. We
Okay,
also have increased capacity from 60 attendees to 100.
awesome, awesome. That's great. I was looking at the agenda, and one of the things that really struck out at me was the panel that you have planned. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, what's a CEA event without growers really sharing their stories and talking about their challenges and their successes? And so we knew we had to have that as, again, one of our major themes. Last year we had Jim DeMena from Red Sun Farms speak as our keynote. And so this year we're having a US and Canadian grower panel where we have two growers from the US and two growers from Canada talking about their perspectives that span geography, scale, and experience with these different crops, including lettuce, herbs, tomatoes, microgreens, and other vegetables. No floriculture growers on this, plenty to learn from just being a greenhouse grower in these two different countries.
Okay. Looking through the rest of the agenda, I know you've got a research panel on tap as well as a pretty dynamic keynote as well. Can you talk about those?
Sure. Our keynote that we're so excited to have is actually one of our GLAZE founders. Tessa Pocock was involved as one of the original principal investigators, one of the researchers for GLAZE. So we're glad to bring her back now that she's chief science officer at Solely Organic. And she's going to be talking about light, of course, our theme being dynamic lighting, but nature versus nurture. You know, she's an indoor grower and she has plenty of experience with using supplemental lighting. And so she's going to cover dynamic lighting in nature and the greenhouse and talk about how plants react in both sole source and supplemental lighting scenarios. So I think it's going to be a really cool place to learn from someone who used to work at Plenty, works at Solely now, and has been an academic researcher.
Okay. Anything about the agenda that stands out that you want to highlight?
Well, I think it's unique to have a perspective from Dr. Tessa Pocock. I also think that we're providing a cool international perspective with our grower panel. We're hosting the event in a very innovative and cool city. Montreal has a lot to offer, both from the tech side, but also from the culture side. And we think that there's going to be really great networking opportunities.
Awesome. So if I'm a grower, then why should I attend this year's Glaze Summit?
Well, there are a lot of shows out there, but this is meant to be an intimate and personal gathering where you're going to be able to speak to everyone who's there. The goal is not to sell things to each other. We're ultimately here to feature technology, but not have it be installed by any particular manufacturer, but have it be installed in greenhouses to help them excel. So some reasons to come is it's in a unique location. You'll be able to meet growers from two different countries and a vivid canopy networking event that we hope that many growers continue to find value in as we increase diversity in the CEA industry.
Awesome. That's great. And so where should folks go to find more information about the summit?
Well, if you go to the GLAZE website at www.glaze.org, you can just hover over the events panel and click on 2024 GLAZE Summit, or you can go to our LinkedIn page and find plenty of posts about it there. You can also go to glaze.org/glaze-summit-2024.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like a great event. And so thanks for sharing more information about it and hope to see a lot of people there.
Thanks, Brian. We're glad to have it.